Terry McLaurin. You should be in on him. Period. You got the money. You got $60 million plus of cap space. You have been on guys. I brought up Ridley at the start of the show, joking about it with the Red Sox. Oh, almost got that done. You were in at, what, $27 million for that. You had a deal done, and the parameters were done for Brandon Ayuk. You were going to send, a 2 and a 4 and Kendrick Bourne, and you're going to pay that guy $30 million bucks? Now the age is there, 31 years old.
Going to be 30.
This guy has done nothing. To show you that he has slipped or age is a problem right now. Because you get him for a good 3 years and you get the production, he is very similar to Stephon Diggs as far as production. And if you're interested in Diggs, you sure as hell should be interested in this guy. And this guy's not coming off an ACL. I know the age is there, but it's almost the perfect type receiver for you to go get to bolster this offense. You put him in the huddle with them, oh man, we're not talking to your 11 wins. I might move it from 9 to 11. Like I'll be with you at 11 if they get this guy. Now, you look at Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is a different type of freak. He's a unicorn.
Yep.
He's over 30. Dolphins extended him. Extension of north of $30 million a year for that guy. So it has been done for aging receivers. I say aging. McLaurin's got a lot of gas left in the tank. He's a player. And I like the fact that he stuck it out there. He was tough. He was productive through bad years for that team. And now he finally got to taste a little bit of success in winning. And now all of a sudden, you don't want to play ball with him? Because, what, he's old? Ask your quarterback what he thinks of him. Ask Jaden Daniels if he wants Terry McLaurin to leave. Go get this guy. You should be in on him. I'm serious. Like, if you're serious about winning and getting back quickly, you got Mike Vrabel. You got the quarterback. You got the staff now. You went and you paid $20 million for Carlton Davis, who hasn't even practiced yet. So if you're in on him at $20 million, how are you not in on Terry McLaurin for over 30?
So our own Alex Barth tweeting out in terms of what it would take to acquire Terry McLaurin. Obviously a new contract when he comes over here. But he says, I look at the DK Metcalf deal this offseason, the Diggs deal last offseason, and the reported Brandon Ayuk offer last year.
Forgot about Metcalf. Good job, Barth.
Probably a second, an early day 3, and maybe a future day 3, and maybe a player.
So you're giving him Jalen Polk from here.
Yes, a receiver, someone like that. Yeah, exactly. I do that deal yesterday.
Go back and look at your second-round picks over the years. Would you give up those players for this guy and a contract? The answer is yes.
So we've been looking for a dynamic receiver for a long time. Here's the other thing that I think you have to factor in as well. What happened last year with Jaden Daniels? A young quarterback. This guy was the ultimate security blanket, great team player, helped him develop. I look at a Brandon Ayuk, certainly talented, but that's also a player that took his shorts off in the middle of practice last year because he wasn't happy with the situation that was going on. This guy, to me, fits the culture that Vrabel's trying to build, is going to help your young quarterback, everything you could possibly want. And I keep going back to it. You have $60 million.
He's not a diva guy. He's not a diva guy. He's been with the team that drafted him. He outplayed his contract. The production is there.
Yep.
It's year to year. 6 good years. I mean, come on. Ayuk. He's a better player than Ayuk.
Definitely.
You know why Ayuk's good? Because he's got a good coach, good quarterback, good running back, good tight end, other good receivers, and a good scheme. This guy's better than Ayuk.
This would be a home run move for the Patriots.
There's nothing for me to say. Well said, men. Beautifully said. I mean, it's absolutely something they should do.
You know who's going to get him?
I know who's going to get him.
Team that's in your division.
Nope, it's going to be the Chiefs.
Buffalo.
Be a great move for Buffalo.
If you're them with Josh Allen in your stadium that you've got coming in next year, gorgeous stadium, everything's new. Your team's right there at its pinnacle. Your window is now. You can't beat Kansas City.
Everything you said is so true. They should absolutely a two and some other stuff. Please, every second, all day long, I would give that up for this guy.
The interest part of Vrabel has already been there for a premier receiver. You were interested in Ridley. You went after Ayuk. Vrabel stood there this week and said, yeah, we'll discuss the guy from we'll have a discussion about bringing him in. What's his name, Wilkins?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll have a discussion about bringing him in. You might get an honest answer from Mike next time he talks about, yeah, we're talking about everybody. We're not doing our job if we're not talking about a guy like Terry McLaurin. I think that's what you're going to get from him, I hope.
I also think when you look at Drake May right now going into year 2, with him on the rookie deal, this is the opportunity where you can potentially even if you say the contract is an overpay for Terry McLaurin because he's about to turn 30 in September, this is the opportunity to do that right now. When you aren't paying your quarterback anything, you can go out and maybe spend a little bit more on that wide receiver and bring him in the fold. To your point, so I think it totally changes the dynamic of the offense if you bring this kid in.
What about a 2 of 4 and born? Give him the Ayuk deal. Start there.
Yeah.
I mean, you got stable guys.
I mean, you'd have a definitive number one wide receiver. Definitive. You know, and as much as we all like Diggs, this is a definitive number one. It would change the game. And then everybody else, you know how it works. He's a foundational piece. Everyone else gets better because of that. That would be something big.
You talk about the weapons on this team. Like, look, I think they've upgraded in terms of wide receiver just by bringing in Diggs, right?
Yes.
But you're still talking about a back half wide receiver core right now going into this year. You had McLaurin. Isn't that a top 10 wide receiver group that you have going into this season? If you have McLaurin, Diggs, Pop Douglas, throw the tight ends in there as well. Those are like legit weapons there for Drake May coming into this year.
Go get it done. Pivot. You want to bury the baseball team? Go get this done.
Clear cut, though, if Terry McLaurin comes back. That is a legit number one receiver, a guy that's done it with a young quarterback last year, by the way. And I just think from a developmental standpoint, to have a guy like that who also isn't a diva receiver is a huge bonus as well.
The only problem is how many guys have we seen in the past few years who have requested a trade? I feel like they're never traded.
So I'm glad you brought this up because Adam Schefter did tweet that out as well, because this is not the first time, surprise, surprise, a receiver has asked for a trade. And you've been involved in terms of kicking the tires on a couple of these guys. He says, over the past 2 years, at least 3 wide receivers have requested deals. T. Higgins, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. None were traded in the year which they made the request. Deebo Samuel obviously got dealt after that. Ayuk coming back from the knee injury. T. Higgins got the new deal in Cincinnati. Now McLaurin is added to the list.
I thought T. Higgins was going to get dealt. I did. I'm surprised he went back to Cincinnati because it's a crap organization. They don't like to pay guys, especially with having to pay Chase. I'm surprised they paid both guys.
I just think if Washington is taking a stance like this with Terry McLaurin coming off of the year that they had, though, it's an opportunity there where if you kind of knock down the door in terms of your offer, maybe they do actually bite at this thing.
What are you doing if you're Washington?
Yeah, it makes no sense to me.
Why are you doing this? You just finally, after years of horrific teams and ownership, you got this quarterback. He's supported. You get to the championship game, and you're playing hardball with his best toy.
Crazy.
What are you doing?
Crazy. You go on the road. You pop Detroit.
Yeah,
I called that one. And then you split with Philly last year. That's a team that won the Super Bowl. Like, you're there with them.
And who's behind Terry McLaurin on that team?
Deebo Samuel, KJ Osborne, former Patriot great, Michael Gallup, Jacoby Jones, Tay Martin, Jalen Lane, Noah Brown, Ja'Cory Brooks.
No.
Who's behind them? An overweight Deebo Samuel and about nothing else. Yeah, and KJ Osborne, which did not exactly work out well here last year.
He sucks.
I mean, wasn't that kid Brown okay for them?
Yeah.
But that's, again, probably because you had the number one.
I was going to say it helps when you have a number one receiver like Terry McLaurin there as well.
Look at all the highlights from last year, the big games they were in. How about the one, the third down throw against Cincinnati on Monday Night Football, just a dime in the back of the end zone? How about the catch and run against Detroit? Like, McLaurin's that guy.
Yeah.
Chris is in Worcester. Chris, what's up?
Hey, guys, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but I just see this as posturing on McLaurin's part.
And McLaurin started to play ball. He showed up at camp. He's not getting fined $50,000 a day. They put him on the ankle injury thing, so they're trying to help him. And then something happened to get to this point where now I'm asking for a trade, and then they haven't budged.
Yeah, I know. And also, I just want to ask you guys: when did turning 30 at the start of a season make you old too?
Running backs and receivers. It's been that way for a long time in this league.
Moss was 30 when they got him.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's worse for running backs.
it is. And Moss gave you 3 good years.
Yeah.
Mike is in New Hampshire. Mike.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Listen, it's okay to dream, but we know Kraft is not going to spend the money. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. Just like Henry's not going to spend the money, just like Bill Chisholm and his private equity group's not going to spend the money. The most honest owner in Boston is Jeremy Jacobs and the Bruins because he doesn't pretend to be anybody else. It's scary, but that's where we're at as Boston fans.
It would do wonders for Kraft. It would, from the side of public opinion, because a lot of people feel the way that he feels, the caller. Like, Well, why were you in on those other guys then? If you're in those other guys, you should be in on this guy, especially with your cap space. It's not like you have. Well, we only have $15 million in cap space.
No. You got plenty of
And
it.
I'll tell you what, I'm not.
That gets you back. Like you want to get back quick, you get back.
I'm not going to obviously speak for Robert Kraft, but I do think it would be, if I were him, I'd be interested in stamping home my legacy by making sure that Drake May was a hit and that this team was back up and running, maybe not winning Super Bowls, but back up and
but
running.
you're a player in the AFC.
Player in the AFC once again, and then if you give control to Jonathan or whatever happens, then you're back and you've reestablished post Tom Brady that the team was still in good standing.
You know what? You're not Cincinnati, where you're paying Joe Burrow $60 million. Now you got to pay Chase and Higgins $30 million each. Your quarterback's on a rookie deal.
Yeah.
Now's the time to strike.
This is
right?
the opportunity.
Now is the time to strike.
It's the benefit of having a rookie. If you think that you hit on a young quarterback and he's on that contract, this is the benefit that you have. You can go out
Give
and
Josh
overspend.
McDaniels, Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
With Diggs. I mean, come on. And a tight end in Hunter Henry. And a third down back. It runs a 4-3.
Yeah.
And a lighter, more faster, more serious Ramondre Stevenson. Let's go.
Legit
Let's go,
weapons.
man.
Yeah. Peter's in East Boston. Peter.
Guys, thanks for taking my call. How are you?
Good.
Great show. Zoe, I see you parking your car in front of Aiden Louis, by the way.
Oh, thanks,
I
yeah.
love that valet there.
Great spot.
All right, I don't know.
You guys take good care of it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Talk about McLaurin. I don't think Washington's going to be giving him up.
Take the T.
But even if we were able to get him, I'm excited about this Patriots team. I'm excited about the young receivers we have. I know Polk had a tough year last year. I don't think we should give up on him yet. I think he has the potential to be a quality receiver. I'm excited about Diggs and the leadership he's going to bring in. I just don't know if they'd be able to pull it off, even if they could. Like, I think Kraft wants to win now. He ain't get any younger. But I wouldn't be mad if they just gelled with the way they are. Like, don't give up too many picks. I like the receivers they have. I know I might sound crazy, but I believe in these young kids.
I don't believe in Jalen Polk. I don't think he's going to make it.
He's gone.
Yeah. I don't think he's
I like what they have right now, too, but I would love if they brought in Terry McLaurin. I mean, again, definitive number one. That's a game changer.
Yeah, like the results of Polk just physically in the production, you shouldn't like that. Like the defiant attitude bugs me more. Yeah, I don't worry about that. You know, I'm turning the page. I was in when I was out. That was a touchdown. You guys are crazy. No, it wasn't. It's against the rules. Sorry.
How much would a Terry McLaurin help with the development of Drake May? How much easier is his life if his receivers are Diggs and Terry McLaurin versus what it would be right now? So
It's a good question because then you're basing more on coverage than you are front when you're a defense coordinator. You're trying to defend them because now we got serious weapons on the outside we got to worry about, and we can't bring that secondary pressure. We can't bring slot corner. Yeah, we got to cover. So now you let it helps your front out. It helps Will Campbell out. Because now we're not bringing two guys where we got to slide and pick them up because now we're only blocking one-on-one, which is good. Helps everybody out.
Let's go to Frank in Marshfield. Frank.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, Zoe? Hey, between the Red Sox and the Patriots, you know, we're not getting Terry McLaurin, right? One of you guys said it. We're a kick the tires on guys kind of a city now, where we used to land those big free agents at the trade deadline or the trades at the trade deadline or make a trade. It costs money. It takes a little sack. And none of these owners around this town anymore have that. It's expensive.
I mean, it's clear the Red Sox certainly don't. I still, call me naive, Zoe, I still think that the Patriots, if given the opportunity, would bring him in.
Well, it's the spot you're in, too. You want to be back. You want to be back or don't you want to be back? Or is it all just... nonsense.
We talk about like the sense of urgency when it comes to ownership, and I spent a lot of time yesterday talking about, I think one of the issues with Craig Breslow and the way that they went about this deadline was there wasn't a sense of urgency from the owner who has not been in the postseason since 2021, and you would think in that spot right there, an owner would kind of say, hey, you know what, let's kind of put the pedal to the metal. I look at the Patriots and everything that's gone over the last few years, I do feel like there is a sense of urgency in terms of trying to come back and be a relevant franchise. It hasn't gone well post-Brady. Everyone knows that. But in some of the decisive decisions that they've made, it feels like they do want to be players again. I don't get that sense from John Henry. I don't.
Yeah. You know, and real quick here on McLaurin. What do they want in return? They want draft picks, so they want a 2 and a 4, or they want to play. Do you want a receiver? Like you say, okay, put Bourne in that package. He's sort of like the mix of the other guys that they have. Throw him in with the Debo Samuels and that, but at least gives them a player. Are they looking for collateral as far as picks, or do they want player? Do they need a player? Do they need a receiver? Do they need a corner? Do they need is there something you could give them?
Does that change the dynamic for you with that if it's a 2 of 4 and Kendrick Bourne? Are you out on that?
Say it's like, hey, we need a safety badly. Would you give Duggar up like in that? Like I'm just like spitballing stuff here.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like, hey, Duggar's tradable, but like it's not just about just giving a receiver. Like it could be something else that they're looking for.
I'd do it.
Get in on it, man.
I'd do it.
Yeah.
I like Duggar. I like Duggar. I'd give him up. If it's number 1 receiver you're talking about, and a guy like that, a guy that has the makeup of Terry McLaurin and a proven track record, he's mature, he's a grown-up, I would do it.
Joe is in the car. Joe.
Good morning, guys. I know this makes great radio talk, but we got to ask ourselves, you think that cheapo Bob Kraft is going to spend $30 million a year receiver for McLaurin? Do we really think that's going to happen? Come on, guys. This is not going to happen. This is just.
Why do you say that if they approved the trade for Ayuk at that number?
Who is that? Here's the other thing, Zolak. Who is Ayuk? I mean, everybody talks.
I agree with you. If you've heard me, like I don't view him as a number 1. I'd rather have Ridley than Ayuk. Like I think Ayuk's a piece out there.
Yes.
I think Debo is the number 1 guy out there. Now I know he's heavier now, but this guy's better than Ayuk. That's why you should be in on him if you were in on Ayuk.
Odds
just based off who you were in on. That's what I'm going off.
Odds are in terms of Terry McLaurin's next team if he does get dealt. Patriots right now, only behind the Raiders. So they come in at second best odds to land Terry McLaurin.
Like you want to get him for Geno Smith, or you want to get him for Drake May?